Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week Wisdom and Legacy Building podcast. Today is day 526 of our trek, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. Every Wednesday along Life's Trail, we will dig for the nuggets of wisdom that are found in the book of Proverbs. Today, we will explore the first half of chapter 28. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. Although life is not always easy, and sometimes not everything turns out as we anticipate, if you are driven by honesty and integrity, your life will be rich and satisfying. This concept ties into verse 6 today on our trek, which says, better to be poor and honest. Let's start our trek as we explore verses 1 through 14. This is part of a section of Solomon's Proverbs that were copied out by King Hezekiah. Verse number 1, the wicked run away when no one is chasing them, but the godly are as bold as lions. Unfounded fear seems to grip so many people, and sadly, even those who profess faith in God. It is understandable if someone is fearful when their actions are contrary to God's precepts in His Word, but irrational fear is caused by irrational thinking and actions. For a Christ follower, we should not be fearful, but bold as lions. When we are fearful, it is because our faith is weak. The opposite of faith is fear. Verse number 2, when there is moral rot within a nation, its government topples easily, but wise and knowledgeable leaders bring stability. This scenario has been seen of governments across time and throughout the world. When the people of a nation no longer follow God, then all of society will be filled with moral rot. The next step is the failure of the government. Wise leaders will govern based on moral precepts which will bring stability. Verse number 3, a poor person who oppresses the poor is like the pounding rain that destroys the crops. It is unimaginable that a person who is poor would treat another poor person badly. They of all people should have compassion on those that share the same plight. In the same manner, rain is good and necessary for crops to grow and prosper. But if rain comes too fast and hard, it will destroy the very crops that it is supposed to help. Verse number 4, to reject the law is to praise the wicked. To obey the law is to fight them. When a person rejects law and order within a government and a country, they are giving stronghold to those who do not follow God. Every stable nation needs a set of laws and guidelines for people to follow. They will be the very foundation of a stable government. Verse number 5, evil people don't understand justice, but those who follow the Lord understand completely. We see this so often in the world today, where justice is not only misunderstood, but perverted. I suspect that this has been an issue since the fall of man. All of us are susceptible to falling into the trap of calling evil good and good evil when it fits our particular paradigm. It is when we allow God's Word to filter everything that goes into our mind that we can understand true justice. Verse number 6, better to be poor and honest than to be dishonest and rich. This is such sound advice. No amount of riches is worth having if you have to become dishonest to obtain them. It is certainly better to be poor but have your integrity and reputation unspoiled. Verse number 7, young people who obey the law are wise. Those with wild friends bring shame to their parents. A person, whether they are young or old, will show their wisdom when they obey the laws of the land. As a parent, it is heartbreaking and embarrassing when our children become friends with those who ignore the law and God's precepts. Verse number 8, income from charging high interest rates will end up in the pocket of someone who is kind to the poor. God is compassionate to those who are poor. If we become wealthy by taking advantage of poor people and charging them high interest rates, then eventually we will lose our riches with someone who cares for the poor. Verse number 9, God detests the prayers of a person who ignores the law. All too often we only turn to God when we are in trouble. Much of the time the trouble is because we have ignored God's precepts. We then expect God to bail us out for our foolishness. This action is detestable to God. Verse number 10, those who lead good people along an evil path will fall into their own trap, but the honest will inherit good things. It is a dangerous trek to lead others who try to be good down a path that is evil. When we make this a practice, don't be surprised when it will come back on us. Those who practice honesty on a continual basis will see good fruit from the good that they planted. Verse number 11, rich people may think they are wise, but a poor person with discernment can see right through them. Obtaining riches is not the same as obtaining wisdom. It is so easy to think that our earthly success is because of our superior wisdom. A person who is poor but rich in wisdom will more easily discern the difference. Verse number 12, when the godly succeed, everyone is glad. When the wicked take charge, people go into hiding. A good person who lives a life of integrity and is successful by doing so will make others glad and reflective. It is quite the opposite when wicked people rise up and take power. It is then that we want to hide from their presence. Verse number 13. People who conceal their sins will not prosper, but if they confess and turn from them, they will receive mercy. When we do that which is wrong, we may cover it up for a little time, but eventually it will be our downfall. The only way to have true prosperity is to turn from that which is wrong, confess it to those who are aware of it, and then ask forgiveness of anyone that we may have hurt. Verse number 14. Blessed are those who fear to do wrong, but the stubborn are headed for serious trouble. It is good when you have a healthy fear of doing something that is wrong. If you refuse to admit and continue in your wrong ways, then eventually it will rise up and cause you significant issues. Today on our Wisdom Trail, we continue to explore the series of Solomon's Proverbs that were assembled by King Hezekiah. These Proverbs provide us with more wisdom, insight, and understanding on a myriad of relationship issues. Regardless of where you are on your walk of faith, if the precepts of Proverbs are followed, your life will be rich and satisfying. Take them and plant them in your heart so that you'll be able to reap a harvest of wisdom. I would challenge you to take just one of the precepts that we learned today in Proverbs and commit yourself to applying it to your life. Tomorrow we will hike another short trail of the Wisdom Unplugged series where we will discover an inspirational wisdom quote. So encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. If you'd like to listen to any of the past treks or read the Wisdom Journal, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.